with all my niggas, I don't go nowhere without them. If they don't let us in, they might throw shots at the bouncer. Activist medicine, got it straight from out the doctors. I'm with Art, but I call him Wayne cause he's a shotter. Pick up the ladder, put it in the gun, make the non-stretch. Niggas with attitude, but we come straight out of hybrids. I'm gonna make her panties wet when she see the way I flex. I'm gonna win a Grammy, move my family out the projects. We went from chilling in the projects to making projects. We was trying to get to the top and they tried to stop us. I told for myself, I don't need no voucher. She looked at my wrist and she looked at 100,000. Wrist so icy, wonder why she like me. I'm drowning in water. I just bought a cube and dipped it in a fountain. Everywhere that I go, it's a light show. I'm surrounded. Bust down, bust down, bust down, bust down, bust down. I'm drowning. I just bought a Cuban ring and dipped it in a fountain. Chain so heavy, I feel like I'm holding up a mountain.
Going back to your house.
Hi, Devontae. Will you please turn off your video and your audio, babe? Good morning. Thank you.
Look who that bitch, I'm polo down like Carton. Sniper down, pull a nigga on the carton. I'm the shit, I'm farting. I don't know how to party. Pull up in a Rari, I'm in it like Gotti. Hey, pull I'm going Scotty. Drop my deposit. I ain't Jamaican, bitch, I'm Haitian, but I got them shotters. Harley Davidson every day, I ride with the chopper. They hating, I know they don't wanna see a nigga prosper. I ain't doing trims, I'm in the cut like I'm a barber. She call me daddy, but I ain't her mother. You wonder why she like me, I'm drowning. I just bought a Cuban, dipped it in the fountain. Everywhere that I go, it's a light show. I'm surrounded. Bust down, bust down, bust down, I'm drowning. I just bought a Cuban ring and dipped it in the fountain.
Samaya, unless your speech is on your phone, will you turn it off? Will you put your phone away? Pretty please. Thank you. Play it again.
We're trying to. We're trying to beat Paloma.
In where? Where are you trying to put her in? Yeah. Well, you have to talk to Amy.
Neamia and Samaya, do you want to turn your mic off for now so y'all can talk and then we don't hear you? Keep your video on, but turn your mic off. Thank you.
I'm drowning.
Perfect.
Wrist so icy, wonder why she like me. I'm drowning in water. I just bought a Cuban, dipped it in a fountain. Everywhere that I go, it's a light show. I'm surrounded. Bust down, bust down, bust down, bust down, bust down. I'm drowning. I just bought a Cuban ring and dipped it in a fountain. Chain so heavy, I feel like I'm holding up a mountain. Everywhere that I go, it's a light show. I'm surrounded. Bust down, bust down, bust down, bust down, bust down. I'm drowning. I'm with all my niggas, I don't go nowhere without them. If they don't let us in, they might throw shots at the bouncer. Activist medicine, got it straight from out the doctors. I'm with RJ, but I call him Wayne cause he's a shotter. Pick up the ladder, put it in the gun, make the non-stretch. Niggas with attitude, but we come straight out of hybrids. I'm gonna make her panties wet when she see the way I flex. I'm gonna win a Grammy, move my family out the projects. We went from chilling in the projects to making projects. We was trying to get to the top and they tried to stop us. I told for myself, I don't need no voucher. She looked at my wrist and she looked at 100,000. Wrist so icy, wonder why she like me. I'm drowning in water. I just bought a Cuban, dipped it in a fountain. Everywhere that I go, it's a light show. I'm surrounded. Bust down, bust down, bust down, bust down, bust down. I'm drowning. I just bought a Cuban ring and dipped it in a fountain. Chain so heavy, I feel like I'm holding up a mountain. Everywhere that I go, it's a light show. I'm surrounded. Bust down, bust down. Just bought a brand new chain from Aviani. With attitude, but I ain't from Carton. Look who that bitch, I'm polo down like Carton. Sniper down, pull a nigga on the carton. I'm the shit, I'm farting. I don't know how to party.
It's also worth acknowledging, Amy, that it is absolutely unacceptable for students to be in the chat in the morning. So thank you for not joining. Yeah. Folks like who are in my core class or in that chat, you'll be talking with me one-on-one. It's not okay. Other teachers will be talking with you as well.
Michael, we did choose a song on Trust, the clean version, and and so I appreciate the feedback. And there was no cuss words or anything I chose, so I totally hear you. And now it's off. So thank you.
But it's not okay for folks to jump in the chat to say their feedback. There's other ways to do it. We've set that expectation many times.
Yeah. Good morning, everyone. I don't choose the music. I wish I could, but if I did, you would hate it.
I would say that along the lines of music, we would love for you students to play us in the morning on the days that Mo isn't playing. So if you have an instrument that you play, a guitar, a tuba, drums, your voice, the piano, please let me know. I would love to have you open speeches so that we see and hear more of you. So yes, and core teachers, please remind your students, have them reach out to me if they want to open speeches a couple days a week. We would love, 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 love to have you. Good morning, everybody. Today is Tuesday, May 19th, 2020. It's day 4 of our speeches. Of course, you know, being real life, construction started outside our house right at 11 o'clock. So I am so sorry if I'm yelling and if there's background noise. But we are all here today to support 5 amazing speakers. We've got Olivia, Zola, Hazel, Samia, and Neamia. And to continue with the theme of solidarity that the Year of the Mountains spoke about yesterday, the 5 of you, we are in solidarity with you today. We are here for you. We are here to support you. I hope that you feel that. And to our 200 plus community members that are here, you audience, you sweet, sweet audience, we know that all of you being here is a show of solidarity for these 5 and for the 8th graders each day. So thank you so much for being here. We are, of course, going to start off with a sound and mic check from our 5 speakers. And again, those 5 speakers are Olivia Thomas, Zola Buell-Smith, Hazel Weisberg, Samia Perry, and Neamia Perry. If you could please, let's start with Olivia. Come on forward, take off your mic, Olivia. Take off your camera, put on your camera.
Hello.
Olivia Thomas. Oh, hey, Olivia.
Hi.
We hear you perfectly, but just to assure us, did you eat breakfast this morning, Olivia?
Yes.
What'd you have?
I had waffles for breakfast.
I love it. Are you a coffee drinker, Olivia?
No.
Perfect. Save that for later. All right, my friend, you can mute your mic for the moment. Zola Buell-Smith, please come on forward, say hello.
Hi.
Hi, is that you, Zola?
Yeah.
I love it. How are you?
I'm good.
Good. Did you eat breakfast today?
Yeah, I had a bagel.
Perfect. Are you a coffee drinker?
No.
Nice. How about some tea?
I'll have that occasionally.
Excellent. So good to see you, Zola. Yeah. All right, Hazel. How are you? Come on forward.
Hi.
Hi, Hazel. How are you?
I'm good.
I love seeing you outside. Are you a breakfast eater, Hazel?
Yeah.
What'd you have?
I had granola.
Perfect. Perfect. So good to see you, Hazel. You can turn your mic off. Samia Perry, where are you? Let's see ya. Samia Perry.
Hi.
I hear you. Hi. Hey, Samia, did you eat breakfast today? Yeah? What'd you have? Can you hear me, Samia? I see your beautiful smile. Yes. Okay, good, good, good. All right, pass me over to Neamia. Neamia, come on the screen, please. Where are you, Neamia? Where'd you go, Neamia?
Hello.
Hello, I hear ya. Beautiful. Hey, did you eat breakfast today?
Yeah.
Do you remember what you had?
No.
All right, we see you. You look great. All right, you can turn your mic off. The 5 of you, you can keep your cameras on. Everybody else, we ask that your cameras and mics are off. No chat and no emojis. And let's get started. I'm so excited to introduce and have Olivia Thomas start us off on day 4 of speeches. Olivia Thomas, the floor is yours.
Most of my life, I've avoided anything that seemed even the slightest bit risky. There's something about the word risk that sounds dangerous or threatening, so I never realized that in reality, it is more of a possibility or an opportunity. Some of my most memorable experiences started with risk. In 7th grade, I was completely opposed to the idea of singing a solo in the SES middle school musical. But my friend wrote a song where I would have to sing a whole verse by myself. And on top of that, I had to learn it all a week before the performance. I was so nervous that I hoped they would cut the song because we couldn't learn it in a week. And since my friend wrote the song, and I would end up drawing more attention to myself by not doing the solo, I decided to just try it. Me and the other people who had to sing in that song would spend lunch practicing it for the whole week leading up to the performance. In the end, I was super confident and really enjoyed it. Without that experience, I would not have sang in the musical this year, and I wouldn't be as comfortable singing in front of people. Later that year, my hip hop teacher announced that we would be doing a freestyle dance where we would each have to do a solo freestyle. This means we would have to do a dance improv for 2 8 counts by ourselves. All I wanted was to blend in, so this idea scared me. I've never liked to draw attention to myself, especially when I'm doing something that is my own work. I was afraid that my dance would be so bad that all anyone remembered from the performance was how bad it was. I know this sounds very extreme and unrealistic, but that was what was happening inside my head. I assumed it was only me, but it seemed everyone else was nervous too, so my hip hop teacher helped us all figure out our dances, and I was able to get up at the performance and feel good about my dancing. Now I feel more comfortable with freestyle and just dancing in general because I know that no one is going to care how good or bad my dancing is. And plus, they probably couldn't do any better. Like I said, I don't like drawing attention to myself. Part of that is because I'm an introvert. I don't like talking to people I've never met before. Whenever I have to talk to people, I overthink everything I'm going to say and try to make it sound perfect, but not too perfect. I'm afraid of judgment, even though most of that judgment comes from myself. I mostly just want to blend in until I'm supposed to stand out, like in a musical or when I'm dancing, when I'm doing something that someone else told me to do. So the summer before 8th grade, my friend invited me to come to Lake Michigan with her and her family. It was the first time I'd been on a plane without my parents and the first time I'd been to Michigan. It was also the first time I'd met her grandparents, aunts, uncles, and cousin. The thing is, I know I can be myself around my friends and family, but when it comes to meeting new people, I try to be someone I'm not because I'm afraid of what they'll think if I'm myself. I know that once I get to know them better, I'll be able to express myself without judgment. But talking to all of these people made me realize that it doesn't matter what I say, because chances are none of them are going to care if I word something wrong or say something weird. And since I met them once, it will be easier to talk to them again. I will have to think about this a lot, especially as I go into a new school where I know no one. Next year, going to high school without any of my friends is going to be one of the biggest risks of my life. I'm going to have no choice but to talk to people and put myself out there. And thanks to all of these experiences, this will be easier for me because I know that no one is perfect, and that's okay. But I could not have done this alone. With all of my amazing friends and family, I wouldn't have taken these risks or realized that most of the judgment comes from myself, and I wouldn't be who I am today. Thank you.
Oh my gosh, Olivia Thomas, thank you so much. Thank you for taking a risk, giving us that speech. Thank you so much. Next, Zola Veal Smith, come on forward. The floor is yours.
Thank you. My friends are the sort of people who will support me through thick or thin, whether I'm having a freak out over schoolwork or I'm just being my crazy everyday self. And being away from them for this long is driving me mad. You see, I have a learning difference. I have dyslexia, and I've always known my speech was going to be about my dyslexia until about a month ago when we all went into quarantine. That's when I realized I wanted to talk about something more relevant to me today. Don't get me wrong, dyslexia is still very much a part of my life, and it affects me every day. Just reading a sign on the street is hard for me, so having to read this speech in front of 200 people is immensely difficult. But I also realized that it's not the only relevant thing in my life. I realized that I'm more than just a person with a learning difference, and I think my friends know that too. My friends play a very big role in my life. I have so many of them, and yet each one is unique and individual. From doing TikToks with them, doing puppet shows, sitting and chatting out on the sidewalk, going on bike rides, and talking for 2 hours straight. All of them are different with different memories. And recently, I've come to understand that I don't know what I'd do without them. Sometimes I think my friends are more than just my friends. I rely on them heavily. They're the people I turn to when I can't read the projector, the book we were assigned, and sometimes even my own writing. And having these people that I can turn to in school has been a unique blessing for me. They fulfill a role that nobody else could. They have shown their interests and hopes for my future. Without them, I don't think I would have the same coping skills I do today. As so many of you know who relate to this experience, our school system wasn't set up for people like me. One of the people that I rely on and cherish the most is a girl that I met in preschool. At the time, neither of us knew the years of friendship ahead of us, but within a year, she became one of the most loved people in my life. She's the sort of person I can rant to for hours and hours about anything. She's the person I take on family trips because she is my family. And most of all, she's the person I rely on for help with schoolwork the most because I trust her and I know she trusts me. Next year, I'm going to have to get used to a much different reality because we're going to different high schools. I know we can still call each other every day and talk for hours, but it will never be the same. I cherish having my friends in these times like these, people who I can tell any secret to, cry with, as well as laugh with. Friendship is a unique and valued thing in this world, and these friends of mine are very unique and very valued by me. In these times of uncertainty around coronavirus and just around the transition from middle to high school, one thing I know is certain. I know I have my friends, and that's something I'm very grateful for. I miss them all so much, and it's taken being away from them for me to realize that. So now I ask you, what friends do you value? Who are you going to say thank you to today? I'll leave you with that. Thank you for listening to my speech.
Oh my goodness. Zola, I have no doubt you are a good friend. So thank you for your speech today. Hazel Weisberg, where are you? Please step up. Great.
Thank you.
Hi, Hazel. The floor is yours.
I asked myself once, what would it look and feel like to trust myself? I was trying to make a list, and I must admit I had quite a bit of trouble. The truth is, not trusting myself is a pretty big part of my identity. No, I am not saying it is a good thing, but it has definitely shaped how I think about school and every other aspect of my life. Anyways, if I did become more able to trust myself, I think it would impact every part of my day-to-day. Just like many things in life, when thinking about trust, there's no black and white, no yes and no clear answer. And mistrust can come from literally anything. I'm not exactly sure what sparked me to not trust myself anymore, but a thing I've always had a problem with is comparing my work to others. My pairing festival has always been one of my favorite times of the year, but seeing all these projects lined up around the classroom invited that idea to dislike mine into my mind. like my own internal judge moving around my project, inspecting each little aspect, critiquing and spewing negative thoughts. I have always had a hard time getting started and completing school assignments due to this issue. Starting this year, I felt a certain pressure to figure things out exceptionally well, so I'd hit the ground running in high school. Not trusting myself was not the intended result. I did not want to end up sabotaging my own strengths and abilities. I misinterpreted a way of doing that to keep doubting myself to make sure all work is correct. I had to start listening to myself when my core teacher told me she wasn't going to read my argumentative essay before I turned it in. It really stretched my boundaries and helped me grow within my challenges. The truth is, nothing really is correct. There may be a correct way to answer a question or write a paper or complete an assignment, but it is what you make of it. When will I truly be able to accept that I can do whatever I put my mind to? I'm not sure yet, but I can't wait until that becomes my new reality. Trusting myself is a life lesson for me. I've come to recognize that this year, that it's not something that can be completed overnight. It's not an easy thing I can just conquer. It's not a box to be checked off, just moving on down the list, a development that can be finished. It is truly a life lesson that I may never conquer, but at least I can try. I gotta say, I share this life lesson of trusting myself a lot, because it is a big part of who I am, and I'm just now learning to recognize it. I feel like if I did have trust in myself, I would be sort of empty without it. My uncertainty takes up a big part of my identity and who I am as a person on this planet. I would feel like if you took a thesis statement out of an argumentative paper. Without my thesis statement, I would sort of wander around aimlessly, not sure of what was going on and just be lost. But who says that the thesis statement has to follow a certain sentence frame? Maybe it could be a more positive aspect of my life? I'm not sure what this can become, but the options are endless. I want to do well in life. That can be a life goal, right? Do well? I guess it's too general. But I don't really allow my instincts to guide me to do that, which in turn won't exactly work out in my favor. I want to go on and be part of lots of new adventures throughout my life, and I want to embrace them and be able to trust my natural instinct and ideas to take care of me in the best way possible. I have a pretty hard time trusting others as well. Even just doing trust falls through the years has always turned out wrong when I'm the one falling. It is just a model for my lack of trust. Others who may not have much trouble with the trust are like the people that can just lean back, shift their gravity, and enjoy doing it. For me, on the other hand, simply shifting my weight and gravity to have it rely on someone else or my own ideas is almost undoable. But I'm so glad I have come this far. Sports have been a place this shows up a lot. I always feel a need to impress or surprise people with what I can do, and then feel let down when I may interpret someone as better at that thing. I've always wanted to impress my family, make them happy, shock them, make them proud. I want to feel loved, but not just through shared family trees and genes, but by how they value me and think of me. But in reality, the only person you truly have to reach or exceed the standards of is your own. I'm so grateful for everyone that has helped me in my journey so far. To friends that stand by my side and support me, I love and appreciate you and all of the moments spent together more than you can imagine. You have truly helped me become a better person and are so important to me. To my family, despite our hiccups that I'm sure all families encounter, I love you so much. You have driven me to be better and improve all of my struggles to make them become strengths. You all have shaped who I am, and I know you'll be my safety net to rescue me from challenges that I encounter later in life. To my teachers who have supported me in my journey so much throughout all of my years at SCS, I'm so thankful to have passed through your classrooms. I've always wanted a good, strong foundation in this chapter of life before moving on to the next blank page, the unknown. I had no clue it would go anything like this is now. The truth is, life is not going to go just how you want it to. As I have learned, and am still working on, you need to be able to let go of your fears and worries sometimes and just trust yourself. It's not about the perfection you make, it's about the journey you take to get there. Thank you.
Oh my goodness. Hazel, thank you so much for trusting us with that speech. So Maya Perry, would you please step forward, put your mic on, your camera on. There you are. Hi. Can you move the video down just to see your whole face? Gorgeous. Yep. Perfect. The floor is yours.
Hey, my name is Samia. I've been a student at Sunnyside since I was in Logan's kindergarten class. I can't remember leaving, I can't remember leaving from French, and that was hard, not gonna lie. because A lot has gone by in these past few years. This year, I'm in 8th grade. I have had some good times and some bad times. They didn't go as they should. The 8th grade retreat was fun, but I thought I was going to see Bigfoot in the woods. I like learning about the portfolio. It was a fun experience seeing old 8th graders' poems and speeches. I never imagined this was how I was going to end my 8th grade year. Because of the quarantine happening, it's crazy at the stores. Over the past years, I have learned many things. If I were to narrow it down, there are three main things that are important to me and make me me. My family, playing basketball, and being in style and friends. Being in style, I would always want to try to look good, look my best. When I dress my own way, it makes me content with myself, and it gives me a positive outcome. You have to have a lot of patience to do it. I watch a lot of videos to learn new ways to do hair and makeup. Maybe someday I could work at a beauty store and see all the pretty views on creepy mannequins. Basketball. Something you may not know about me is that I play on a basketball team. I don't look like it, but I do. I really like playing in games because I get hyped up from my teammates. I would get excited making shots or a free throw. Playing on a basketball team motivates me. I have made many new friends. I would sometimes bring in a bag of Takis. My friends would always steal them. But it's cool because I live next to a 7-Eleven. I'm probably going to be on the Franklin or Madison varsity team. Family. My family is very important to me because they are always there for me. They make me feel loved. They sometimes get on my nerves, but I still laugh about it. I'm a sister, an aunt, and a grandchild. My mom makes me bomb food. She gives me a roof over my head. What else would I want more than that? I am blessed that she lets me hang out with friends on weekends, but I always gotta clean my room. She has been there for me since day one. Without the support and encouragement of my family, I wouldn't be here today. For that reason, my family, extended family, that I visit at the Longhouse is never ending source of love. Friends. In middle school, I was nervous to walk in those doors. At those tall 8th graders. I will feel sweat on my palms. But at the end of the day, I already made one friend. I felt like it wasn't that hard in pre-K. You wouldn't have to do that much. But today, I got true friends. I'm glad I have them today. I'm happy to be I am happy to be leaving for high school and making brand new friends. It seems chill, and y'all be blessed and keep your head up. Thank you.
Good job.
Wonderful job, Samaya. Thank you so much. Hi, Jason, your supportive family member. Thank you for being here. We're just going to ask you to take your camera off as we bring Nehemiah Perry to the front. Nehemiah, take off your mic. Let's hear it.
The past few years at Sunnyside have been rough. There have been ups and downs, but I always get through it. There are many ways that you can learn. You can learn by reading books or going to class, or you can learn your experiences. You can learn things by the way you are treated and how you treat others. I have been at Sunnyside since kindergarten. I have been in this school a long time. Every year I have learned something new. I am who I am today because of these experiences, for better or worse. Today I thought I would share some of these experiences and what I learned from them. Kindergarten was okay. I didn't know anyone on my first day, but I greeted everyone, even people who didn't want to greet me. I met my best friend that day. We played tag. He's still my best friend today. In kindergarten, I learned about friendship. When I got to first grade, I was scared because there were second graders in my class. In this class, it got better when I went to PE. I learned a game called Steal the Chicken. It was really confusing at first. Sometimes I would run the wrong way and get tagged. I'm glad I got to learn how to play that game. I met my second best friend. He was really tall at the time and could touch the net on the small hoop. Third grade came, and I practically knew everyone, which was great. There was this one time when my class went on a field trip, and I got a jar of crystals. With a jar of crystals, when I got back to school, I went to get a drink of water, and this kid wanted to see the jar. He took it from my hand and threw it. I was so mad, I said, "Do you want a knuckle sandwich?" He said, "Sure." Then he socked me in the face and throat and went back to class and told everyone I hit him. This is the first time I really got in trouble. I learned that school is not always a place where people are fair. Fourth grade was okay. I had a lot of friends. I sometimes got in trouble because